to create more awareness out there in the society, in the community, so that, people can be more, alert and more conscious of, the things happening around them, in terms of families and, people at work, your colleagues, and just we've heard a lot of stories, or we might know someone in our life who has passed away from suicide. And it is a real thing. It is a real conversation that we're having out there, and we're just trying to create more awareness and break into the society for people to be more alert and be more conscious of their surroundings. So yes, without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into it. So yes, in honor of Suicide Awareness Month, I had to do this video before September was over. But yeah, I was having a group discussion at work, with my patients the other day, and I talked to them, and I wanted to hear some of their opinions and some of the things they think could be done, in terms of preventing, creating more awareness for suicide and prevention. And I had this one of my patients, and he stood up to me and he was like, I don't think there's anything you can really do, So that kind of struck me, and I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yes, he feels like the people who actually want to commit suicide are going to go ahead and do it regardless. And I was like, but there is a way we can, prevent that from happening. For people to get to that point where they just want to end it all, a series of events must have taken place in their lives, over a period of time for them to actually get to that point. But if we're able to catch it early, from the get-go, or, sometime before they get to that point, we can actually, I believe that we can actually, stop it or prevent that from happening. And he was bent over and was like, nope, a man or woman who is really determined will go ahead and finish the process. They're not gonna say anything. They don't want you having to look at them as weak. They don't want to be seen as a failure. They just would rather just keep it to themselves and just go do it. And I was like, I beg to differ, and we're just gonna agree to disagree at that point. But it made me really think, and I was like, what if? Of course, he does have a point, but